Legend of Total War here, and today we've got a rating your Doomstack video where we've been sent in a Waywatcher spam army going up against Grimgor's Ardboys in the forest battle, going up against 2 and a bit full stacks here. So, what I'm going to do is, I will actually control large armies here, because I want to see how these guys perform in a bad situation, which is what these tests are about. This is not a disaster battle. So, I'm fairly sure these guys here are going to show up at a bad location. Whatever, doesn't matter about them. We want to see how they perform. So, the Waywatcher Doomstack was powerful before the Wood Elf update, but I think it got a nerf because you used to be able to get them up to range 320. You could have got them higher than that range, but the arrows would actually disappear after about 320 range, so there was no point doing that. Now you can't do that. 247 range is pretty good because their base range is 190, so that's definitely an improvement. And it looks like you might be able to get them even further than that with some Lord skills once you eventually get all the way down the red line. So I think you can still increase the range a little bit more. Now, I don't really see the point of having Waystalkers in your army that much anymore, except for maybe just having the Prey of Anathrema. And I don't see the point of having 2 Glade Captains. I don't really, because they provide some bonuses. One's good, but the second one's not going to provide anything, and they don't have a whole lot of damage output. So I'm definitely seeing some, what I think is some inefficiencies in this. I also don't see how a Life Wizard is going to complement them that much. But let's just jump in here, see how we go. I will control a large army, which is not optimal, but I want to see how this performs. Now, I know that if we had a Treeman army, which is, in my opinion, the current Doomstack for the Wood Elves, they could handle this no problem. But let's just see how the Waywatchers do. So, we want to be able to fall back, get rid of all their fastest units first. Need to get these. Oh, you're on foot? Oh, that's not good. Alright, well. A funny thing about this map as well, there doesn't seem to be any trees. Bit weird. Oh, hang on. Put her in there. Okay, cool. She'll get the extra regen from there. If we gamble, we go from 0 magic to 0 magic. Ranald is with me. Thanks, Ranald. You're always doing me dirty, bitch. Alright, let's do this. Alright, and our reinforcements are showing in from here, which is where their reinforcements are showing up, and that's really just going to be more of a distraction than anything. Now, Waywatchers have always been extremely high damage dealing. You can see the missile strength there is like 160, but it's just largely due to their reload time being super fast. Before their first volley has hit the ground, their second volley is already in the air, which can be a problem because they can overkill things. Grimgor's already dead, not a problem. He was never a threat against this. And I think the biggest concern I'm going to have is actually just running out of ammo. So we'll see. Another thing that was a big nerf for the Waystalkers was outposts. Outposts used to be able to provide missile damage and weapon strength increases for every outpost that you built, making your unit stronger and stronger the more territory you had, and they've taken that out. Now that did nerf the Treemen as well, but the Treemen got a buff in terms of they're way more resilient now, way more missile resistant, resistant to fire, all that kind of stuff. And the Wood Elves have way more Winds of Magic reserves if you choose to hire loads of knowledgeable spellslingers. So that compensates for it. Whereas the Waywatchers got a compensation in terms of extra ammunition through the tech tree. But they lost their range and... okay, get them to stop now. After I just completely annihilated them. Alright, just let them... Actually, no, this was actually pretty handy because it kept them busy for a long time. Another thing that I'm thinking here is that we've gone up against an enemy that's really bad against Wood Elves. I mean, greenskins are pretty bad against everyone except for maybe vampire counts. And when we do a Doomstack test, we really should be going up against an enemy that is actually strong against us. Like the previous one that we did yesterday with the Lordmaster of Hoeth army, we went up against an army that was quite difficult to deal with due to the all the Luminarchs of Heesh stopping us from casting. Whereas these greenskins here, they're really slow. I don't even need that. So I'm probably not fighting this battle perfectly optimal, but one of the things that makes a Doomstack is ease of use. So, let's see. And like I said, it's not particularly dangerous army. We're only up against 2. We've used up half of our ammo. Because once they use up all their ammo, that's it. Because the thing about the Treeman army spam is that the Treemans don't necessarily do a lot of damage, right? It's about getting the Life Wizards to do the Dwellers below. And just having the Treeman hold on for as long as possible. That's the real strength of it. The Life Wizards get all the bloody kills. Because you have like 400 or 500 winds of magic by the late game. Just trying to be a little bit conservative. Because we've already used up half of our ammo. After we've... Yeah, you better come up here now. And let's start using a bit of this. We shouldn't really be shooting goblins. So far so good. The garrison forces are completely annihilated, but that's fine. Oh, no you don't. Oh, there wasn't gonna anyway. Okay, slow down, slow down. Oh no, no, shoot this. Still looks like a lot of troops there, and we are running low on ammo. That's the thing as well, as our ammo goes down, it loses our balance of power. Don't get me wrong, it's a very strong army, but is it as strong as Treeman? That's what I really want to know here. Starting to run low on ammo. I know I wasn't 100% efficient, but that's part of the point of these tests. Yeah, we really need to kill those trolls. This is why it was a bad idea, I guess, to shoot the goblins, because they just waste a lot of ammo.
Missiles ready! Faster!
Running out of ammo. Still no army losses. So then go into melee a little bit, but it's definitely not what you want to be doing. And I think the big thing here is I failed to see what he did with this army to make it special. It just seems like he did a Waywatcher spam. Like sure, there's a lot of damage on their armies, on his armies, but that's not enough. Because you'll routinely go up against 2 full stacks when when playing against the Wood Elves. Okay, let's get some magic up in here. And maybe use some of this breath attacks. Looks like we will win. Yeah. I don't know. I just don't think this is anywhere near as good as the Treeman Doomstack. Not even close. And there's the army losses. Because like I said, one of the things about this army that we went up against, it just wasn't a good bunch of troops. So that's done. Let's see what we get for this. I'll give you some heals. And also, it's not very well leveled up. Like this wizard here, it's only low level. But I'll have a look at how its stats are on the campaign map and make some judgments on it. Alright, let's just end it there. Still got a heroic victory, that's cool. Like, look, I don't want to sit here and say this is a shit Doomstack. It's not a shit Doomstack. It just performed pretty much exactly as I expected. Like, Waywatchers slaughter enemy units, for sure. It certainly helped that they were super slow, and we ran out of ammo very quickly. So it's good if you're on the attack. They're doing it again with... Okay, whatever. That was silly of them, but whatever. So yeah, let's have a look at how he's developed up this Doomstack. And one thing I really want to look at is why does he have Waystalkers in the army? Is it just for the Prayer of Anathrema? Which we didn't need in that battle at all, really.
Can I offer assistance?
Alright, let's have a look.
Highborn.
So looking at the Waystalker, looking at your abilities. Trait, we've got Ariel's Chosen Circle, that's cool. Extra Winds of Magic, which we didn't really use in that battle, because we don't really need heal magic with archers. So reload time reduction during forest battles. That's what they provide. Reload time reduction is not really a very important stat for Waywatchers, because if we have a look at them, for example, their reload time being there by 5.7 seconds. Now, when in that battle, it did say that we had like 2.6 seconds with it. Now, the thing is, because of the way the animations work, it usually takes 5 seconds for them to do their animation anyway, so a lot of the times the extra reload time reduction actually goes to waste after a certain point. So reload time reduction is really useful for units that have already very slow reload time. So for example, the Sentinels of Astaril and the High Elves really benefit from reload time reduction because they got really high damage but low reload time. Whereas what the Waywatchers need, they actually just need more ammo. Now, they did have more ammo because it was in a forest battle, and I think they got that from the Glade Captain, is that right? I'm just trying to see where we got that from. So, more Ariel's Chosen. So, yeah, so I can totally see why having the Glade Captains in the army would be useful. So, if we had 2 of those skills... Yeah, so that provided us with plus 50% extra ammo. That's good. But I'm failing to see why I really need these Waystalkers. This wasn't needed. I mean, don't get me wrong, that's good. But just having more Waywatchers might have helped a little bit more. Because their damage output was nowhere near as high as the actual Waywatchers themselves. Yeah. And I just don't think you needed the Spellslinger of Life in a Waywatcher army. If you're going to go Waywatcher army, I would recommend going Shadows. Don't go Beast. Beast is garbage. Because with the Shadows magic, it's just sort of better for slowing the enemy down, using Melkos, Mystifying Miasma, and Pit of Shades, that kind of stuff, which is sort of more useful for the Waywatcher so that they can keep running back a lot easier. Although, if you manage to level this one up to get Dwellers Below, that also can help slow them down, so that's a good spell as well. So you could go Life or Shadow. I just don't think you get as much benefit out of magic as you do with the Treeman stack. So overall, it's a good army, don't get me wrong. It took out 2 armies of Greenskins, didn't really take that much damage. We did completely run out of ammo though. So if you went up against 3 armies of Greenskins, you gotta be careful there. And it was also a forest battle, so it was an ideal situation. If we were just to fight them there, you'd probably really be hard pressed to take out 2 full stacks with it, because like I said, just low ammo. I'm not sure if he's researched the extra technology that gives them extra ammo. No, he hasn't, see? So you can still get a little bit more ammo from there. So you still could make it stronger, but at the same time, there's also stuff in here that can improve Treemen. So giving this a rating, I'd probably give it 8 out of 10. It's still strong. 8 out of 10 is a good rating, but I just don't think it's as strong as Treeman spam up against the majority of type of enemies you're going to go up against. Funny thing is, though, is that a Waywatcher spam probably will beat a Treeman spam. But the thing is, when you're playing as the Wood Elves, you don't need to worry about going up against that kind of army, and you should never build your armies around Doomstacks that you will never encounter. Like, for example, Shagger spams. People often ask, what's the counter to Shagger spams? Who cares? You're never going to go up against it. The AI doesn't build those. That kind of stuff. So build your armies around what you're going to encounter, not what you're not going to encounter. And this is good. it's just not the best. Anyway, that's the end of this one, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you agree with the or disagree with my rating, let me know in the comments below. Let me know what your thoughts are. My thoughts are this could be a little bit better by taking out the Waystalkers and putting in a couple more Waywatchers. Take out one of the Glade Captains. Just basically 3 more Waywatchers. Just increases the damage output as much as possible. That's what I think would actually benefit this army the most. Anyways, end of this one. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time, fuckers. Appreciate ya.